The boxing world has been rocked by shocking reports that Oleksandr Usyk could be pulling out of the Rico Hoven fight after suffering a serious injury in camp. Fans were expecting a historic showdown, but now major doubts are starting to grow around the entire event.
Дорогие друзья, здравствуйте. Хочу вам сказать, что в своем тренировке...
Meanwhile, Oleksandr Usyk has now responded directly to the growing injury rumors and admitted that problems inside camp have affected the Rio Verhoeven fight plans. Despite the setback, Usyk still sounded confident and thanked fans for staying patient as uncertainty around the massive crossover clash continues to build.
Так спорт, так бывает. Друзья, фанатам спасибо за поддержку. Чуть подождите. Мир любит сильных.
Frank Warren then opened up on the financial disaster caused by Oleksandr Usyk's injury situation and made it clear the camp had invested heavily into the Rico Hoven fight. With training expenses piling up, this sudden setback has left everyone around the event frustrated and disappointed.
You know, he's a big fight. He's trained very hard. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. And you imagine the cost involved in a training camp, you know, booking places to set the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, the chefs, trainers and everybody, and you don't get paid. It's a massive loss. You can't insure it. Or if you do, you know, it costs a fortune to insure. But very, very disappointing.
Liam Goff also reacted to the growing rumors and suggested Oleksandr Usyk may have picked up an ankle injury during camp. Right now details are still unclear, but the fact multiple people are now questioning Usyk's condition has only made fans more worried about the Rico Hoven fight.
And was suffered some sort of ankle injury. Maybe I was just, seeing things with that one. But he is injured. It's not really specified. I don't know why. I'm sure I saw it was ankle, but maybe not. Maybe I was just saying.
Eddie Hearn then highlighted how intense modern fight camps have become, with fighters constantly pushing themselves through brutal sparring sessions. That is why many fans now believe Oleksandr Usyk may have genuinely suffered the injury while preparing for the dangerous challenge of Rico Verhoeven.
Was sparring. Now, it's the first time where we consistently had 7 or 8 guys in camp, living in camp, training with him day in, day out. And it made a big difference in the fights. I think he knows that the way that he's going to improve is time in the gym and also the quality of...
Johnny Nelson did not hold back at all and appeared furious over the chaos surrounding camp activities before the Rico Verhoeven fight. With Oleksandr Usyk now linked to injury problems, many fans are starting to question whether things inside camp became far too reckless before such a massive event.
The sauce is good. The sauce is good. And so when I'm hearing these things, I'm like, nah. And so it's popping out left, right, and centre. The sauce is good. And so to me, I just shook my head. And when I'd heard...
Frank Warren then admitted the news arrived very late and instantly created panic behind the scenes. From broadcasters to fans, everybody was left stunned as uncertainty continued to grow around Oleksandr Usyk and whether the Rico Hoven showdown could still realistically happen.
People direct and then make a decision if he's out.
Okay. When did you first learn about this, Frank?
Very late this afternoon.
Okay, so it's been a stressful day.
To say the least. For the fighters as well. It's a shame for the fighters, for everybody involved. TV companies and more importantly for the fans. Riyadh season, you know, His Excellency, everybody involved in this. We're all gutted, but what can you do? That's...
The Wade Plains raised serious concerns after watching Oleksandr Usyk closely and hinted that the injury may be worse than people first expected. Some fans are now even wondering if the shocking setback could affect Usyk foray beyond the Rico Hoven fight itself.
Probably shouldn't be doing that, right? There he goes again. Now again, I'm no doctor. I don't know, but it does seem like that's a bit of an issue.
Eddie Hearn kept his reaction short, but the tension in his words said everything. Right now, nobody around boxing seems fully certain about what happens next with Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven. The injury rumors are growing stronger every hour, and many insiders now believe the situation behind closed doors is far more serious than fans first thought. What makes this even bigger is the scale of the event itself, because this crossover fight had already created massive global attention. Now the entire boxing world is waiting for one final decision from Team Usyk.
With Dubois, we'll see what happens, but that's for them to overcome now. And it's a very difficult situation.
Frank Warren once again stressed how painful this entire situation has become for everybody involved in the Oleksandr Usyk camp. Huge money had already been invested into preparing for Rico Verhoeven, and now everything is hanging in the balance because of the reported injury. Fans often only see fight night, but behind the scenes, these camps cost an unbelievable amount of money and energy. From sparring partners to elite nutrition teams, every detail had already been locked in. That is why this possible pullout has shocked the boxing industry so heavily.
He's a big fight. He's trained very hard. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. You imagine the cost involved in a training camp, booking places to set the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, the chefs, the trainers and everybody, and you don't get paid. It's a massive loss. You can't insure it. Or if you do, it costs a fortune to insure. But very, very disappointing.
The Wade Pellemans then broke down exactly why Oleksandr Usyk would have been such a nightmare matchup for Rico Verhoeven inside a boxing ring. According to him, Usyk's movement timing and ring IQ are simply on another level compared to most heavyweights in combat sports. Even Rico's supporters understood how difficult this challenge would have been because Usyk punishes every small mistake with his elite footwork and accuracy. That is why fans were so excited for this clash, because it was going to test whether Rico's toughness and pressure could overcome one of the smartest boxers in the world.
Frame with his lead hand, keep the distance, which he does such a good job of. If you move forward, he moves back. You cut an angle, he cuts an angle, right? He just mirrors what you do. And the moment you make a mistake or overcommit, he touches you with the lead hand, that's first.
Frank Warren also revealed the doctors immediately stepped in after Oleksandr Usyk's injury concerns started becoming serious. According to Warren, even the medication had to go through careful checks before anything could be approved, which shows just how closely monitored the situation has become. That instantly raised more questions from fans because if the injury was minor, there likely would not be this level of concern surrounding treatment and recovery. Right now, the uncertainty around Usyk's physical condition is only making the Rico Verhoeven fight look more unstable with every passing day.
Doctor examined him, gave him some medication, but the medication he gave him obviously had to be checked that it didn't.
Adam Smith believes the drama surrounding Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven has only made the event even bigger despite all the controversy. Boxing fans around the world are now completely locked into the story because nobody knows whether the fight will collapse or somehow still move forward. The injury rumors, the heated reactions, and the uncertainty within camp have created massive attention online. At this stage, every new update involving Oleksandr Usyk instantly goes viral because people desperately want answers about the future of this crossover showdown.
Twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next.
Tony Bellew gave huge respect to Rico Verhoeven's dangerous kickboxing ability, but still made it clear that boxing is Oleksandr Usyk's world. According to Bellew, the early rounds may have been awkward because of Rico's size, movement, and pressure. But once Usyk settled into his rhythm, he likely would have started taking complete control of the fight. At the same time, Bellew admitted that if Rico somehow managed to defeat Oleksandr Usyk inside a boxing ring, it would become one of the biggest shocks combat sports has ever seen. That is exactly why fans were so fascinated by this matchup before the injury news exploded across the boxing world.
If this was a kickboxing match, I'm trying to tell you, Alexander's in an awful lot of trouble. Do not take a kick off him. Thankfully for Oleksandr Usyk, this is a boxing match. And I think once them first 3 or 4 rounds pass, and that awkwardness and stance and style Oleksandr Usyk figures out, I think Rico could be in for a hard night's work.
I mean, someone was saying it could change boxing forever if he wins, Rico. How does Rico go about trying to solve that puzzle of Usyk?
It'd be the greatest shock boxing's ever seen. If Rico Verhoeven is to defeat Oleksandr Usyk, it will be the greatest victory in boxing history.
The Wade Pellemans made it very clear that he was never fully convinced by the Oleksandr Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven matchup in the first place. While he respected Rico as an all-time great kickboxer, he still believed boxing at heavyweight is a completely different world, especially against someone as technical and disciplined as Oleksandr Usyk. He also compared the situation to Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury, but pointed out that Usyk is a far more focused and dangerous operator inside the ring. Still, despite all the criticism, fans remain fascinated by the fight because Rico's power and unpredictability always create that one shocking what-if scenario.